Hello, cinema peeps.
Hello, hello. And we're in quarantine. Edmontonians, your city needs you. Please keep Soda Jerks alive so I can come to do it.
Practice good hygiene, washing your hands, keeping distance, don't spit on people.
Ew, what? Wait a minute, are you eating a muffin?
Maybe.
How dare you?
This is no longer about the tigers anymore. So what is going on?
You really thought it was about the tigers, Kendra? So yes, as you can see us now.
Hooray!
Marketing, Kendra.
Market with the shirtless men first before anything else.
Monkey, monkey, and slap. Oh my god. That was lovely.
You're welcome. Cinema peeps!
Hey everybody!
1 whole year.
It has been 1 whole year. Hooray! More specifically, 1 whole year since we started doing the podcast.
Yes, we've been doing this for much longer than that. But yes, 1 year of the podcast. So we just thought for today's episode, it'd just be kind of like a little clip compilation of all of our favorite moments throughout this year.
Yeah.
Because I know it's been very hard, but for me personally, the podcast has been great because it allows me to do something creatively every other week. So it's kind of kept my sanity in check. And yeah, and in a way, we wanted to be almost a thank you for anybody who's ever listened or gave feedback or anything, because we really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been fun getting to kind of watch how we've morphed Talkie Tuesdays into the little video snippets we did before, up until we're hey, let's just do a open conversation kind of stream of consciousness discussion podcast. And we've covered everything from movies to just life in general, and it's been fun. We've been enjoying doing it, so we hope everybody else who's been listening and interacting with it has been enjoying it as well.
Right? It's been this very cool time capsule that we'll have now forever.
Yeah.
And we just hope it has brought you any kind of joy as it's brought us joy. So, in no particular order, here is some of our favorite highlights of the year, and hopefully, here's to another year.
Yeah.
Alrighty, cinema peeps.
Enjoy.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Monkey, monkey.
Monkey, monkey.
And slap. I think it was the Saturday, later in the day, the leader's okay, we have to have a sit down, have a talk. And we're all oh, okay. So we're all sitting down. And they're talking about how all the girls were pranking each other and how it had gone too far.
Uh-oh.
And of course, they were all on the main level. And they didn't bother us. The 5 of us who were upstairs are what are you guys talking about? Pranks? What's going on? And it got so bad that a girl threw another girl's pillow in the urinal. So I mean, yo, it was fun, but girls be vicious. Girls be vicious.
Oh my god.
I don't remember all of it, but I just remember in particular that it was on New Year's, and apparently there was a cannibal or a murderer upstairs, and they killed 2 people.
Damn.
And apparently it was the guy from who voices Kristoff in Frozen. Jonathan, what's his nuts?
Jesse St. James?
Jesse St. James, yeah.
Oh no!
Junior high was a weird time.
Yes, it was. Man, I had some questionable fashion choices.
Yeah, my god.
I just recall the one time I came to school in red skinny jeans with black thigh-high boots.
Oh, your pirate!
Yeah,
your
my pirate outfit with the white puffy shirt and then a headband, and a vest, not realizing it at all, thinking this is cool, I look cool, and people were like, why are you dressed like Jack Sparrow?
Because it's fucking cool! What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
Oh, man. I don't know. Again, maybe it's just my preferences. As we were just talking about Stu and Bob, I could care less about the Reno show. I like the ones where it's they take homes with previous histories in them.
Mm-hmm.
And they try to find ways to revamp it, but still keep a lot of the old stuff. Or, like,
salvage the
repurpose
history.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like those ones, because I feel like it adds a little more of a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like with modern ones, they're just like, okay, so what are we going to do? Okay, hear me out. Open floor plan. Color palette, white, black, maybe some blue. Guys, we did it. It's another home reno success. Woo! Next episode. Or should we do? Okay, hear me out. Open floor plan. With the exact same color scheme. You're a genius. And then the next episode, what do you think we should do? Guys, hear me out.
I'm gonna stretch it. We're gonna do something completely different here.
I put away my fun bag, but I still got my main suitcase, but I'm not too worried.
Your fun bag?
Do you not have a fun bag?
No, what is a fun bag?
No, I feel crazy. When I go on trips, regardless because normally we take car, like we usually get there by car, but if you take plane, whatever your mode of transportation, I usually take a bag that I call my fun bag. So normally it has all the stuff that keeps me entertained.
Okay.
So it usually has my Switch in it, a couple books if I feel, fancy enough to read. I think my mom called it a fun bag because I think it was like when we were kids, it's like, okay, pack your fun bag of like what's gonna keep you entertained in the car.
Oh, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, I've heard like people refer to boobs as fun bags, so so as long as you're taking only one fun bag and not two, because then it's gonna sound weird.
Two's a party. One's just for traveling purposes.
Right?
Oh, that's so fun. Fun bags.
Oh, yeah, maybe. He was in,
Okay.
like, To All the Boys I Loved Before, I'm pretty sure. I think.
Okay.
But he's a pretty popular actor, singer, I think? I'm doing so well right now, right?
I think
Anyway.
he's popular.
I think he's popular, yeah. But
Nailing it. Nailing it.
he's going to be playing Bart Allen on the show. They've signed him on as Bart Allen, which is apparently Barry's and Iris's son.
No. So
Yeah.
what? We're gonna do Nora dirty like that?
Oh, you know what movie I watched the other day, actually?
What?
Princess Diaries.
So good.
So good. And then it reminded me of, because you did it for school, didn't you?
I did, yes. I played Mia Thermopolis.
Yes.
My starring role.
That's awesome.
I think people... Oh, now it's all flooding back. I think you actually had to get, like, casted for the roles.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think mostly kids just picked people, like, at one person. So I remember this guy was like, oh, I'm gonna do Princess Diaries. Oh, I'm getting Kaylee. And I was just like, oh! I was like, me picked first? Oh, why... Thank you. And so I played Mia Thermopolis, and I had a little scooter, I had my little bag, and I remember I did the scene where she's like late for school, so she has to huff the scooter up the hill. And then I did the scene where she has to do her public speech for the first time.
Yep.
And I run away and throw up. It was really weird because it was just me. I don't think there was anybody else, if I remember correctly. So that was kind of weird. But I like poured everything because I was just like, yes, I love Princess Diaries.
Nice.
Like, I got this.
Man, I wish my drama class was more fun. To be fair, I never did it in high school just because I got kind of turned off of it from junior high and everything. But I just remember the final class we had, or it was like, yeah, the final 2 classes or whatever, we spent like working on our group scenes and like what we wanted to do. And so I got mishmashed up with like a bunch of other girls who just, they were kind of there for extra credit. They,
Right.
They were like, yeah, whatever. So we had to, like, I think somebody threw out the joke that, oh, we should do High School Musical, because High School Musical was the big thing at the time, right?
Right.
And so, yeah, so the person who said it was like, oh, we should do High School Musical. And she was kind of a jock. She played basketball. She's like, I can be Troy. And then the other girl was like, oh, I'll be what's her name? Gabriella.
Yeah.
And then the other girl who's in our group, she was a British exchange student. And she had, like, bleach blonde hair, and she liked wearing pink. So she's like, ooh, I'll be Sharpay. It works, because, I'm blonde. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll be Ryan then. So basically, everybody, like, our whole group shows up. They all are basically wearing, like, their regular clothes, because, you know, when you look at Gabriella and Troy and Sharpay, you know, that's pretty much what they're wearing, right? Whereas Ryan's kind of a little more eccentric. He's got, like, the fedora, and he wears, like, you know, the jazzy outfits and stuff. So I came fully dressed like Ryan, and I was the only one who, like, you know, I stood out, obviously, but it worked for the character.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we performed the dance, and I was, like, again, like you, I was, like, giving it my all. I'm like, I'm just gonna have fun, you know, whatever, it's cool. And the other three girls were just kind of like, we're all in this together,
but not if it makes us look embarrassing.
Yeah.
Okay, first off, I have to tell you the fucking weirdest dream I had.
Okay.
I had a dream. I was back in fucking high school at 7 a.m. studying for a social exam, so I was reading a textbook.
Yeah.
So I was reading it for a couple hours. And surprisingly, I don't remember a single thing in that social textbook. So I'm like, well, I'm going to fail my test, even though I've studied for 2 hours. I tried to go to the bathroom, but to get to the women's bathroom, I had to go through an air duct. And I was like, well, that's not fucking happening. And then...
Like Mission Impossible style?
Yeah. I was like, well, I'm holding it in. Like, that's not fucking happening. Because I couldn't bring my bag in. Because it was big enough. And I was like, I'm not leaving it out here, so fuck this shit. And then I went to choir. Do some singing and dancing. Didn't know any of the dance routine, and I was up front. And just as a side note, I was never up front for any of the choir dances, so it was very weird, first of all. And second of all, yeah, I didn't know any of the dance, and I was like, this is going swimmingly. And then someone gifted me a blanket, but had 2 giant spiders in it, and one bit me in the hand, and I woke up.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
It was a roller coaster indeed.
Holy, did you try to analyze that? Just
Nope.
to see if there's any meaning to what behind it? Holy.
No. Maybe
I
later.
kind of want to, just to see.
I think I looked up, because I hate spiders. And I think I did look up stuff about if you see spiders in your dream. And it's really weird, because I think with spiders, it depended on, like, what scenario it was. Because they were saying, I think, it's been such a long time, so I could be wrong, but I remember they said if a spider bites you in a dream, that means you're having conflict with another woman, supposedly. A woman of, like, someone of importance in your life, I guess. But again...
Do we have beef?
Do we have beef? No, babe, we don't have beef. No, babe, no.
I think that movie just revitalized the Spider-Man franchise. The Spider-Man franchise. I don't get me wrong. I think Tom Holland does a great job, but I remember watching, I think maybe you might share this, I don't know, maybe the same experience, like watching Tobey Maguire the first time as Spider-Man.
Yeah, but you know, like that was like first exposure to like cinematic live action superheroes, right? So we were like, wow,
right?
To this day, Hero by Chad Kroeger is my favorite song. Sometimes I'll sing it. It's such a great song, goddammit. I don't care what people say about Nickelback.
Kendra, it's okay. We're from Alberta. It's actually a prerequisite that your first CD and first band that you like is Nickelback.
It's Nickelback, yep.
Like, it's the starter kit. You cannot fight it.
It's the starter kit, yeah, for sure.
But a real conflict for like the longest time, so I was like, what is the conflict gonna be?
Sometimes you don't need conflict. Maybe it's just a reminder to, you know, be thoughtful.
No, there is. There's a big conflict. Maybe I'm more offended than the characters, but I was offended.
Oh.
I thought for sure. So, like I said, struggling artist, you know, she wants to be taken seriously, but she also paints, like, Christmas scenes, I guess. So the one she shows in the film is she paints this really good Santa. Obviously she didn't, but, like, it's really good. And so then... Again, like I said, the marketing guy, generic white guy, needs help with his marketing campaign. And so finally, he enlists the help of her sister, and he takes her art, the Santa art, and uses it for his advertising firm. And goes, see, look. And she goes, how dare you use my art? That was private. That was only for me. I want people to take me seriously. And he's like, but like, and she's like, no, get out. And I'm like, girl, he straight up did art theft. Did not credit you, mind you. To be fair, maybe I blacked out during making cookies, but as far as I know, he did not pay for her. He did not ask the artist permission.
Yeah.
And all she's mad about is like, I want people to take my art seriously. And I'm like, what? He straight up did art theft, bitch. What? And so there's this weird portion of the film where she's like sulking and he's like really sad, but I'm like, homeboy, no. And I was like, he better step up for this life. He better step up. But you know what fucking happens?
What
She
happened?
has a turnaround. She goes, yeah, I'm crazy. You're right. Thanks for believing in me. And I'm like, no! He stole your art! Straight up art theft! But apparently she was the one who had to turn around, go to his family. It was, oh my god. Honestly, I'm a little salty.
Wow, this took a turn.
Yeah, I was a little salty. I was like, yo, he straight up did art. Him and your sister went behind your back, took your art. Like I said, maybe I blocked out while I was making cookies, but as far as I know, there was no exchange of money, there was no permission asked to use her art, and as
You know
far as I
what?
know, no credit given.
And you know what? In these movies, there's no such thing as all the legal stuff you have to go through.
Apparently, it's just
It's
Christmas.
just magic and good, wholesome human kindness.